morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you. It's like church. Come on, but I know. Thank you all for coming. This is a big day, and certainly my life personally, my family's life, and we think in the community as well. We unveil the details of the Brooksie Way, which is a half marathon. I know mostly, but in case some of our friends from Flint have not met, I'm Patterson, the county exec, and this was an idea that I initiated back last February 7th in my State of the County address. I was talking about adding quality of life events to balance the ledger that I talked in my speech that night, that we've done so much on the side of economic development that I wanted to introduce some quality of life fun events to really, I think, underscore the fun 50 hockey tournament, which is coming up. We talked about Fire and Ice, which is a winter festival, and we also talked about a half marathon, and that was February 7th. And little did I know that 4 days later, my son, who was at that speech, Brooks, Junior Brooks Patterson, would be killed in a tragic accident. And throughout the formulation of this half marathon, the committee decided to name the race in his honor and in his memory. And I'd like to just explain where the Brooksie Way comes from, because it's a little different than just calling it the Brooks Half Marathon. At my son's funeral, my son-in-law, Gary, who's here today, and you'll be introduced in a moment, got up and was talking about my son, Brooksie, and how he lived. He had this exuberance for life, how he lived everything to the fullest. I mean, he bungee jumped, he climbed mountains out of Colorado, he fished and hunted. He was really, everything he did with exuberance and 110% commitment. And so as Gary was explaining that, Gary was talking to the kids in the audience in the church, saying, if you're going to do something, if you're going to fish, if you're going to go out drop into the powdered snow, do it the Brooksie Way. If you're going to go out and play sports, you do it the Brooksie Way. And so we took that phrase, the committee did, and hence the name, the Brooksie Way for the half marathon. First of all, during the process of that speech back last February, I said a couple of comments, made a couple of comments reference to the Crim race up in Flint, and how much I wanted to model my half marathon after the success of the Crim Foundation in the Crim race, which now is moving toward their 32nd annual race. Well, they made contact in the aftermath of that speech and said we should talk. It was a very fortuitous relationship that's been built based on that initial contact. The Crim Foundation, and you're going to meet the principals from the foundation, have partnered up and basically have taken over the operation and the presentation of this race.
We're so very pleased to have received an invitation this year to bring one of the things that Flint does best to a new community and a new market. So we are very pleased to take part in the inaugural Brooksie Way. First item of business this morning, and this is something that you will see here on out for the next 10 months in all the promotion and all the advertisement. This is the design that you will see on the shirts, on the medals, on the advertisements, on the race application, and all of the promotion associated with the race. And we are very fortunate to have a top-notch design firm, Ford and Earl, to work with us to design the logo this year. And before we begin and talk about details of the race, I would like to invite Brooks to come back and introduce your family members for the unveiling.
Thanks, Deb. With me this morning is some of my family members. Brooks' mom, Kathy, if you would come up, please. And Gary, who was the son-in-law who did the eulogy and coined the phrase Brooksie Way. And his wife, my daughter, Mary, and little baby Ella. She can come up here with you. Oh yeah, my granddaughter Ella. When Mary Margaret had her little baby about a year and a half ago, I raced to the hospital, of course, and ran in and gave her a kiss. And I said, Mary Margaret, what did you name your little baby? She said, I named her Ella. I said, you named your baby after the chief of police in Detroit? Sorry about that, Mary. It's over on this side, guys. Over here. Mary, Gary, Deb, in here. Kathy, why don't you do the honors? And Gary, why don't you get a hand on this? Since you're the one who coined the phrase. He wants copyright reimbursement. This is our first logo, guys.
Next item of business is the chorus. We do begin and end on the grounds of this beautiful campus, and I would like to turn it over to Greg to walk all of you through the course.
Thanks, Deb. As Deb mentioned, we're going to actually start right out in front of the university on Walton Boulevard. We're going to head east. It's a nice little downhill as we head east on Walton Boulevard. We'll turn south on Old Perch. Again, it's downhill, and runners are going to be feeling pretty good about themselves at this point as they continue the road again, still continuing downhill. And then we're very fortunate in Oakland County to have these wonderful trail systems. So we're going to jump on the Clinton River Trail. It's a beautiful manicured trail. The river runs through it. We'll head on the trail for a little while, and it'll take us into downtown Rochester. We'll start heading west down University Drive through downtown Rochester and be able to have all the sights and sounds of the shops and stores going there. We'll turn in front of the police station, and then we'll jump onto the Paint Creek Trail. Again, a wonderful manicured trail, and it's from a runner's perspective, you know, very soft on your feet compared to the pounding pavement. And then again, we're still kind of flat to downhill until we get out here on Tinkin Road, and then this is where the runners will realize that it's called Rochester Hills for a reason. And we'll start doing some uphill elevations as we head west to make our way home. We'll turn north on Brewster Road, and something of notice along all of the course, we're running either through residential or you know, a downtown district. So from a fan and viewing perspective, it's just a wonderful course to participate as well as be a spectator. We'll head up Brewster to Dutton, and we'll be able to take in one of the fine dirt roads in Oakland County. Again, there's some nice subtle hills there as well. When we get out onto North Adams, pretty much downhill to, again, we'll come back into the front of Oakland University where you go into the stage, and we'll make our way about the last mile through the university itself, and it becomes very fast downhill, and we're actually going to finish coming across the bridge right here to Meadowbrook Hall. So it's just a beautiful setting, again, a very beautiful tree-lined bridge, and what the runners will see in front of them is this beautiful facility as they finish and get their medals.
And I'm pleased to announce we have our first major sponsorship to announce this morning. A presenting sponsorship with an organization that has been with the Crim for many, many years. It's a wonderful partnership. If you come to the Crim and you get your runner bag, you're walking away with one of their runner bags. So I would like to thank my friends at Health Plus of Michigan and introduce Dave Crosby, CEO of Health Plus. Would you like to step up, Dave?
Good morning, everybody. I happened to be at the State of the County address. I don't know if you remember this, Brooks, but I happened to be there, and when I heard him talk about having a Crim-style event in Oakland County, afterwards, in the little reception that was going on, I walked up to him and I said, "We're in. Count us in." Now, after that, I thought back and I thought, well, it's probably when you have to negotiate what you're going to pay to be involved in something, it's probably not the best thing just to say up front, "We're in." But I was so excited about it that I thought, this is great, this is what we're all about, what we want to encourage as an organization.